Hey everyone. So we are back after quite a break. We are taking some breaks, but you might not notice it because you wouldn't see that. But yeah, today we are listening to Karavan, and the track is called Kaisay Mumkin Hai. They did it in Coke Studio Pakistan season 3. It's from their album. I'm forgetting the name of the album,
Hmm.
but one of the tracks that I think we all loved, both of us. Yeah,
Yeah.
and as always, Coke Studio elevates it
Hmm.
to different levels, right? For guitar lovers, I would say that focus on how they are playing guitar,
Yeah.
and I mean, but not only focus on that. I mean, the whole experience is amazing. We will talk further about it once we are done with it. Do you want to add
Hmm.
anything?
No, let's get started.
No? All right. Three, two, one, play. Every time it starts, it feels like it's not playing in this headphones. It's elsewhere.
Let's start.
वैसे कभी देखा नहीं है मेरा दिल तो ना माने कि तू मेरा नहीं है मेरी आंखों में झांको मेरी सांसों में आओ आओ और ये देखो
I love this part where
Yes.
राहों की ये दूरी बाहों की ये दूरी नहीं रूहों की ही दूरी
also the bass is.
तुझे सदियों में सोचा
His voice, man.
तेरा चेहरा बनाया कई रंगों में मैंने तुझे अपना बनाया मेरी आंखों में झांको मेरी सांसों में आओ आओ और ये देखो प्यासा है तू भी तो तन्हा है तू भी तो मेरी तन्हाई में आ जा मैं तेरे बिन जिंदा रहूं
Bass.
कैसे मुमकिन है कैसे मुमकिन है मैं तेरे बिन जिंदा रहूं
The bass in here.
ये भला कैसे ये कैसे मुमकिन है
Notice the bass here. Wow.
जिंदा रहूं जिंदा
Oh,
Oh,
how good. How good.
I'm short of
This
words.
tra- this track, this track for me is a guilty pleasure.
Ooh. Oh my God.
This track feels like a desert. You do, you wanna stay away from it, but every time you have it,
Mm.
it's such a pleasure. Although I'm not saying that I don't have it. It has always been in my playlist, especially my workout playlist. It has always been there.
Always, always.
It's still there. It has never gone on. Now, the what has gone out is that I have shortened my workouts, and usually I don't reach this track most of the days. But yeah,
If this is the dessert, then I think I'll have a cheat day every day for sure. This is the track.
every time you come back to it, every single time you listen to it, you are surprised by a lot of variety of things. I, for one, whenever I hear it, especially when I watch it, there are certain things that I just am mesmerized by them every single time. So about this track and what is slightly different or how I perceive it is so Karma was a rock band from early 2000s,
Hmm.
and what they have done in this particular track in Coke Studio, they have kept their essence of rock music and the rawness of their band. They have kept that very plain, but added the quality of Coke Studio, the
Hmm.
quality of production of Coke Studio. Now, what I mean by that is you hear this track, the vocals, the guitars, the bass, the flute, the violin, the background vocals, the drums. Every single thing can be heard separately.
Yeah.
So if you focus on one thing, you can pick it out every single note, like it's
Hmm.
very raw,
Hmm.
right? And then you just add the amazing production quality of Cook. Although this was from season three, the beginning three seasons didn't have that high level of productions. They did, but comparing to the preceding
The
seasons,
preceding seasons, yeah.
especially we heard Khayal recently from season six, and the
Hmm.
quality of that track, the production quality of the track was just mind-boggling, right? But here, even here, if you listen to this track, and I urge everyone to listen to this track, not in this video, just go into the link on the original link, check out this track from Coke Studio from Rohel Hayat channel,
Hmm.
and just focus on quality. It's just beyond.
Absolutely. You were mentioning about the rawness of their music. I completely agree that they keep those elements intentionally this way. And what is so special about this track is that I was watching the BTS of this particular track, and it's 1.5 minute long. And what was so amazing, the point that you raised about rawness, if you notice, Asad and Omran, two of the top guitarists of our industry, they are both on the guitars. And Omran asks Asad that how many times should we do this jing jing, the chords that we are playing, and how
Yeah.
many times should we do it in the intro? And Asad said, we just don't know. We just go along, and we see how it goes. So they used to do it this way.
In beginning seasons of Cook Studio, season one to three, there were a lot of improvisation.
Yes.
There was less dependency on script
Hmm.
and notes, the written notes. But again, here nothing feels out of place.
No, it
Not a
doesn't.
single chord, not a single note. And I am being a bass fan.
Hmm.
I mean,
We
I
both.
love guitar riffs,
Hmm.
but the bass done right is
Yes.
something is always a treat. It's always a
Yeah.
treat. And in this particular track, I love it that the bass hasn't been overshadowed. Instead, it's at the forefront.
Yes,
Everything
absolutely.
in this track, everything feels like everything is in the forefront. Nothing is in the back layer, right? It feels like everything is just sounding like you would hear it in isolation.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the case with this track. I mentioned to our viewers to focus on the bass in the last part, but then I realized that if I keep on speaking, how would they focus on the bass? So go on to the original video and just listen to the bass line of this particular track, and you would realize how beautifully it has been arranged and how it accentuates actually with the lead guitar. So that is an amazing bit.
Also, the guitar riffs, the chords. I
Oh,
mean, super nice. Super addictive. It feels like you move with them,
hmm,
but the simplicity of it
hmm.
is what boggles my mind, right? So you can do so much with
Yeah,
simplicity.
yes.
And in this track, and then the vocals,
Tansir Dar.
right? Right. So he doesn't have the skill of Shafkat Amanat Ali,
Hmm.
but what he does with his voice, so powerful. His voice is so powerful that you are left with goosebumps most of the time, right? You have this adrenaline rush listening to his
Absolutely.
voice.
Yeah. His breath control is so amazing. So amazing. Just notice how he ends his note. And I keep on saying that Karwan is one of those bands which did not receive their recognition or appreciation at that time for some reason. I think it wasn't that mainstream as well. If you listen to their track Gardish, it's my all-time favorite track, Gardish.
Yes,
It's
yes,
just an amazing track. If you just listen to the vocals, the lyrics, the musical arrangement, it's a top-notch track. And Tansir Dar, I have always been a fan of his vocals, and he has showcased in multiple tracks of his own of their band. Um, there was one track called "Jab Chahunga Tujhe Palunga." I'm forgetting the actual title,
yes, yes,
but
yes,
his
yes.
his breath control there is so amazing in that particular track. It's beyond me how he has done it. And I have listened to him performing that live as well. I mean, I've watched it on video, but he was performing live in a concert. But it was just so amazing. He's an amazing
All right,
vocalist.
that. All right, now that you have dropped that name, I know what I'm listening right after this session.
Dil ki
And we
pyas,
should
dil ki pyas.
listen to
The
Dil Ki
track's
Pyas.
name
We
is
should
Dil ki
listen to
pyas.
Dil Ki Pyas and Gardish both together.
Absolutely,
So
absolutely.
they haven't done it in Coke Studio.
Yeah,
They have their official music videos for that, and there we would see their rawness. But yeah, this particular track, Hamad actually told me that today we had scheduled that okay, we are gonna sit down and listen to some music together, and he was like, you know what, I'm listening to this right now, and I was like, wow, okay, let's do it together. We had a completely different schedule. That okay, these are the lists that we these are the songs that we are gonna listen together, and then he dropped his name, and I was like, okay,
let's do this
scrap
one.
everything else. Yeah, let's watch. Yeah, let's listen to this one. What a track!
What an amazing track. What an amazing track. Just 3.5 minutes long, but it sends chills down your spine. Absolute
Absolutely.
gorgeous. All right, then I think we are going to listen to Gardish and Dil Ki Pyas pretty
Dil ki
soon.
pyas.
Yeah, but do listen to this particular track on Rohel Hayat's channel and you will understand what we are talking about. And yeah,
You would always find the original video link in our description. Always.
always, always. And yeah, I think before we conclude, I just want to mention that their original track, this one which they did not, which this one is obviously the Coke Studio rendition, but the original track did not have the elements like violin and keys and
And a bit of flute.
a bit of flute because the traditional rock setup in their music is the essence. So they did it that way, but that was also beautiful. But do check out this particular track and let us know your thoughts. We'll get back to you with more tracks, and until then, take care of yourself. Goodbye.